us to do this efficiently, to be honest. Good morning. It's already hot and spicy weather here today in Escondido. I'm gonna be getting my little rally tomato ready for Rallycross. Pretty simple. I'm gonna take you through the 4 overall steps. And if you have any questions after the video, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will answer them ASAP. Let's give her a once over. Let's make sure everything is safe and ready for racing. Okie dokie, step number 1. We're gonna inspect the car, we're gonna look for fluid leaks, we're gonna look for any loose bolts, and especially wheel bearings and tire pressures. I always forget tire pressures. Oh, under we go. Oh, unfortunately this has gotten a lot worse since I was last under here. All right, what else we got? A little bit of oil residue up in there. I mean, it's an old Subi. It's always gonna have residual oil around the engine. I've had issues with this transmission before leaking back here, but I'm not seeing any leaks, which is fantastic. Don't forget to check your rear diff. You get a little deeper in there, that's what she said. It's covered in dirt, but I'm not really seeing active residue like my other car. I think she's set in regards to fluid leaks. It's just that thermostat housing that I might do something about. Oh, that's a terrible angle. Okay, now we're gonna go back under with a wrench. When you're doing a nut and bolt check under the car, use an adjustable wrench, and that way you can touch all the bolty bolts instead of having a whole damn wrench set over here and trying to figure out what size each bolt is. Where do we want to start first? I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes skip this step, and I shouldn't. You did not hear that from me, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass. All right. Ooh, yes. I definitely want to check you, Mr. Sweebar Bolt, or Mrs., however you identify. I'm not gonna waste your time going through every single nut and bolt that I'm checking on this car, but grab your adjustable wrench and just get under the car and in the engine bay on top too. Don't forget about the engine bay. Alrighty, number 2, reinstalling my skid plate. This is a really fun one by myself, but we're gonna make it through. Oh, I keep forgetting to look at the camera. What is a skid plate, real quick? So it's a panel of metal that goes underneath your engine, and it's meant to protect your engine, which when you're rallycrossing, if there's like a big rut, sometimes you have to be concerned about that hitting your oil pan. I would rather spend a little bit of money just to be safe, on the safe side, and have a skid plate than spend a lot of bit of money on a new engine. So let's reinstall this bad boy. I don't know if this is the safest method, but it works. I usually get position a lot more efficient than that. Maybe I'm nervous because I'm on camera. I know there's a better way than this. I just haven't figured out what it is. Haha, I got it. We're at a slightly safer place now. I'm gonna stop it now because this is embarrassing, but I'm gonna install the rest of the bolts on the skid plate. One more note while I'm under here. For skid plates, when you're installing them, I highly recommend not to use a power tool. I use the babiest of baby wrenches. I don't trust the threads that these are threading into in the car. With a car this old, I've actually had a couple of them fall out because I over tighten these. So just make sure that you're being very nice and kind to these bolts, because you don't want to add a power tool in here and then have it zap right out of your car. Okay, we're halfway there. We got 1, we got 2, now we're on to number 3. The 3rd step that I take when I'm prepping for Rallycross is checking all my fluids. Do not skip this step, please, I beg of you. We're gonna check oil. Oh, we're gonna check oil with the dipstick. I do double check my windshield washer fluid just because that's a pain when you're out in the dust and oh, my windshield's dirty. Man, I gotta stop cursing on here. Brake fluid, I have had some maintenance and some issues with my brakes lately, so I do like to double check the brake fluid level. Coolant, there's a couple different spots you want to check. I check the coolant reservoir. You can kind of see down there where the level is. There's a line that's for max. I fill it up a little above that line normally. If you have a teeny tiny bit of coolant in the bottom of this, ooh! What are you doing? You just startled me. In San Diego, in case you didn't know, we got these big, beautiful green beetles that just seem to have one single brain cell, and they use it for flying and they don't use it for navigating, so they just hit everything. They're great. Where was I? Some people have a clutch fluid reservoir. My clutch is all mechanical, so it doesn't have fluids. Oh, and then we have power steering over here. You can check your transmission and or diff down in that mess down in there. But for me, unless I see an active leak in the transmission or the differential underneath, I'm not really checking those levels. If you have questions on how to check any of these fluid systems in your Subi, please let me know in the comments and I can do a separate video on that. And last but certainly not least, the 4th and final step of prepping for Rallycross is packing. Haha! I stuff a lot of junk in my trunk. If we go back here, I always bring a chair with me to Rallycross. It's nice to just sit around, not on the hot, toasty pavement or dirt. This is a very important tool that I will pull out for you. This is a big, beefy, half-inch torque wrench. I love it very much. It's worked for me great for multiple events now. Highly recommend. All right, I got zip ties back there, and then I got my toolbox. I can pop this open for you guys. So I got a bunch of sockets in here, and then down under, I have my favorite half-inch impact, and I got a whole hodgepodge of tools. Fluids, of course. I cannot forget all of my fluids because my car loves to chug fluids. It's a very thirsty girl. I'm getting out of the sun because it's freaking spicy, and I am sweating. I do need to pack wheels. Oh, and my jack. I can't forget my beautiful jack. Look at this. It's my favorite jack. My boyfriend got it for me as a birthday present. Aluminum. All right, where was I? Wheels. Because I run rally wheels, I do need to pack them in the car. I usually stuff them into the back seat in here. I'll put like a little cover down first and I'll stuff them in there. But I don't usually do that until the night before or the morning of the race, just because I'm paranoid about leaving my car out with a set of wheels in the back seat. Someone could walk by and be like, yes, I really like your wheels. I will take those. So I just wait until the day before the race. That's me being paranoid. You can probably pack them sooner. Hi, helicopter. I will also include an all-inclusive list of everything that I pack for Rallycross in the video description down below, so check that out. I think other than that, Tomato and I are ready to rock and roll. I'm excited, I'm stoked. We're gonna see about that thermostat, see if I can't find a gasket and knock that out tomorrow. Hope to see some of y'all at Rallycross, even if you're not driving. Feel free to show up. You can borrow a helmet, you can get some ride-alongs, you can see what this motorsport's all about. I freaking love it. I've been doing it for a few years now. It's like pure joy when you're in the middle of driving out on that course. I always get a little nervous on my way there and like before my first run, but then after I'm in the middle of that first run, oh, it is just happy, happy tot. Come through. If you're driving, I'll see you there. And we are now officially ready after I procrastinated. You should be preparing probably a few weeks in advance, but a few days, good enough. All right, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
If you liked this video, please follow and subscribe to Scoop Noob. Cheers!